Welcome, beautiful humans, to the Miss Best Reviews channel. I am Mrs. Best. Let's get into Raising Kanan Season 5, Episode 3, which is appropriately titled Tricks. I love Raising Kanan with everything in me. Every episode, I'm thoroughly entertained. And I love that I'm entertained every single episode. That's the beauty in scripted TV over reality TV. Even those like bridge episodes are a little bit more interesting. But I hope that everybody considers liking the video on your way in or out. It does help the channel. I hope you consider subscribing. I am a new YouTuber. I'm trying to build my channel and my subscriber count. I am close to monetizing, but I've been having a time. I hope to meet new people and get some new subscribers. But y'all, let's get into this episode. A lot happened. Unique is gone. He's somewhere. We don't even know where he went, but he's gone. Now we are left with Breeze, who me and my husband think is the person who made Kanan so militant. If y'all remember Kanan as an adult when 50 Cent played him in Power. But Breeze and Kanan pull up on Unique's crew on the corner. Now, Unique, say what you want about him. His crew was dedicated. They ain't seen or heard from this nigga in forever. Yet they still was posted up on that corner. Imagine if they put that energy into like school or work or something, but I digress. Breeze and Kanan pull up on the crew, let them know that they're now working for them. Specifically working for Kanan, because Breeze is having Kanan take over all of Unique's old corners. And one of the dudes stepped up and was like, so y'all just taking over this corner because he ain't here? And I kind of was looking at him like, yeah, you making sense. So just because he ain't here, we just saying whoever's corner is whoever's corner. He's like, well, it's my corner. How about that? Breeze didn't like that. Knocked that nigga down and shot him. So look, we already 2 minutes in. Sorry for the cursing, but it was very quick. And everybody else tried to run off. Everybody got popped. I said, oh, what a way to get access to a corner. My goodness, just popped everybody. But honestly, the streets is militant, so why not be militant? You want to establish power, you got to be willing to go harder and do more than anybody else would. And he stepped up to you, but he didn't pop you. So, you know, maybe he should have pulled out his gun. What they say, I don't bust back because I shoot first. Shout out Lil Wayne, just saying. Moving into the next scene, because they now have access, or now that is going to be Kanan's corner. Kanan will be taking over all of Unique's old stuff. Rock and her new madam partner. So Rock is working with a whole different, one of the Italian crime families in Manhattan. And she's also working with a female that's going to help her get her product off in that borough. And the partner that she has, the white lady, her name is Flossie. And we meet another female madam whose name is Tiana, who's going to be helping to make the deliveries of the product. And it looks like them, Rock, Marvin, they're all going to be, you know, working together to get things off. They're also going to be using the club. So Rock, what I will say, she's very quick to set up an operation. And I can understand why she thrived in Queens. But I believe was it DEFCON, Kanan's supposed dad that we learned wasn't actually his dad, that she was with. I guess he kind of helped her get into the game with Queens, but now her getting into the games with Manhattan is thoroughly on her own. So it just shows Rock is able to do what she has to do. I'm sorry, I'm gonna take a sip. If I don't have coffee, I'm evil. So forgive me. But Rock has her little stuff getting set up, which is a good thing, but it's also not so good because Stefano's still mad at her, and I feel like Kanan gonna still be irritated with her as well. Now we get another scene and we see Juke, aka Jukebox, pulling up on that shady detective that has been following her around, and she played his game. She offered to help him out because she said, you got all these kids in these nice family and you want a detective salary? Baby, New York City, even back in the 80s and 90s, was too expensive for that. So Juke is like, how about I make sure you're good and break you off a little something and we help each other out? He doesn't say no. He does not say no. But she's basically making an effort to get him and the police to leave her family alone. I'm looking at Jukebox like, you need to be the one in charge of the family because Raquel does not listen when she needs to, Miss Rock. Kanan's too hot and heavy and angry and militant. Marvin, he's the gangster that was, in my opinion. So I feel like Juke would be able to get into the game and do well. But at least she's somebody thinking of ways to get her family to be left alone. I'm wondering how she gonna get the money to this man but I guess time will tell. We shall see. Now, we then see that Flossie, the melanin redacted woman that Raquel is working with, she says that she has an interest in Marvin. She finds him interesting, and she's interesting in like working separately with him, getting to know him separately. Marvin always does this, though. I feel like there was another season of Raising Kanan where Marvin got cool with some melanin redacted people, aka the colorists. We'll see what happens of that, but people are always finding interest in Marvin in this show. It does not surprise me. Stefano meets with Pino Bernardi, which is the guy and the boss of Manhattan, the crime boss that gave Rock permission to sell. And Stefano is telling him, I don't want you to work with Rock. She's problematic. And Pino was like, listen, he pretty much was like, she found a loophole. She hasn't done nothing to me. It looks like some of the decisions and the things that got you stabbed up were not her fault, but stuff that you did that was messy as a boss. So he's like, I'm still going to rock with her. He going to rock with Rock. And I'm not mad at Pino for that, because I do agree with him that a lot of what Stefano was going through were because of his calls as a boss. The thing with being at the top is everything that happens all comes back to you, even if it wasn't your fault or your call. Like, and it seems like Stefano doesn't fully understand it, but Stefano seemed like he a vengeful person. I feel like he's not going to let it go. He is definitely not going to let it go. Now, I'm sorry, y'all almost died. In another scene, we see that Duke and Kanan have met up together. They're eating at a diner together. They still remain their closeness. And we know that Duke is one of the people that Kanan kept in his life, even as an adult, which I can appreciate. But she lets Kanan know that she's been grieving. She says that Marvin's been grieving. Kanan does explain he's fucked up over Lou. I don't think Kanan would have killed Lou. I really don't. Because Lou was like, he was that family member that I think had the ability to like be there and be supportive and all of that. But I just don't feel like Kanan would have offed Lou. Lou was just wrong place, wrong time. But it was good they talked about their grief. But she also lets Kanan know that she thinks that Rock is the one who might have actually gotten Lou killed. She's so off. And I'm just willing to see how far Kanan will let this lie go before he finally decides to say something. But she's totally off, y'all. Like, she's off. We later see that Breeze and Kanan talk. And Kanan, this is where Breeze tells him officially, you're going to take over Unique's corners. And Breeze's former right-hand guy, I believe his name was Taz. I could be getting the name wrong, but I'm pretty sure his name was Taz. He's over in the corner working. And we saw in the last episode that Breeze told Taz, like, yeah, nigga, you have been looked over. You know, because he's doing the most. And so Taz is feeling away. And in the words of Mr. Best, he said he gave the meanest side eye while Kanan was figuring out that he was going to get to take over Unique's block. All you seen is Taz over there. Like, just side-eyeing, staring them down. But he not going to say nothing, because the last time he said nothing, Breeze was like, fuck you, you was looked over. But I hollered when my husband said, that is the meanest side eye. Look at him in the corner. I said, Lord. Hot Mess Express. Obviously, Taz is not happy about that, but it's good for Kanan. Kanan don't give a fuck either, but you got to be like that. Why would I give a fuck about a nigga that was passed up? Why? Rock is desperate for money of some sort. She has a property that she wants to sell, but nobody wants to buy it. So she's desperate, and her real estate agent lets her know that he has a international buyer that's with the shit that wants to buy, but this person wants to buy in cash. Nothing could be on like documented or anything like that. Rock agrees to it, but I feel like this could be something that could put her in a pickle or a bit of a situation she might not want to be in. So I'm hoping that Rock like does a little better, but I'm curious who this shady buyer is and how much power that they actually have. That's what I want to know. Now, Marvin goes by to see Kanan because he don't understand why Kanan's doing some of the things he's doing. And Kanan got slick at the mouth and offered Marvin to work for him. And Marvin was like, nigga, I'm a gangster. That's all I breathe. That's all I know. You new to this. Yes, he is new to this. You are not. Now, talk whatever shit you talk. Yes, Kanan is disrespectful and stuff, but it just kind of, I hope Marvin sees that the family don't really respect him like that, because it seems like they just want him around for like hitting people and doing stuff like that. But Kanan is like being super disrespectful for no reason while people are trying to grieve, and it's kind of sickening. But I mean, I know that it's what has to happen with his character. But boy, if I would have talked to my uncle like that, the way I would have got knocked upside my mouth, sometimes I wish that they would just knock Kanan in his mouth. Like Kanan did not get whooped enough. Y'all remember season 1, episode 1, when Rock had to put all the rocks in the sock and bring it to the school to teach Kanan how to fuck people up when they play with you? She might need to put some rocks in a sock and knock him upside his head the way that Kanan be acting and talking to his elders. Lord. Like, I understand you in the streets, but you talking to your uncle right now. Relax. Relax. Lord. We did see a little scene with with Juke in a lesbian bar. She goes home with a girl that I believe we've seen her with before. She sleep with the girl, and the girl wants more, and Juke is kind of like not interested in that. She's like, we could just sleep with each other. It don't need to be nothing more, which I kind of agree. I feel like Juke understands that dating people on a deeper level, especially after old girl, her ex Aisha, the police done went and bothered her, and now she ain't allowed to see her. It's probably smart to not be with nobody on nothing too deep, because her family is like a virus that's just going to keep causing problems. So, you know, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Marvin is still thinking that Unique is the one who killed Lou. Rock knows he hasn't, but Marvin's not letting it go. He can't find Unique. Rock had to finally tell him, like, look, the nigga's gone. He ain't checked on his corners. Stuff's been taken over. He's not coming back. What else would you do? And he kind of has to accept it. But I mean, Rock don't see like how militant she is. Like, this is why Kanan is this way. Like, look at how she said that to Marvin. Like, girl, at least Marvin gives a fuck about finding who got his brother. Y'all don't seem to really care like that. If I was Marvin, I'd be like my daughter Juke and looking into my family. Because what? Craziness. Now, there's a lot happening because Kanan meets with Stefano, and Stefano tells Kanan that Rock is working in Manhattan and has found a loophole. And Stefano kind of lets Kanan know, I'm going to be coming for your mama. I'm going to be coming for your mama. Kanan seems okay with it, but I'm just like, that's kind of crazy that you're okay with somebody coming for your mom. Regardless of what, everything that Kanan's mad at his mother about, he has wrong. Everything he's mad at his mom about, thinking she killed Famous, thinking all of these things, he has wrong. But I'm hoping that he'll figure it out, but I don't think he'll figure it out in enough time. I just really don't. I just really, really don't. Now, we get to see Marvin meet with Flossie finally. We learn that Flossie is Jewish and she has a daughter that died. And she finds Marvin interesting. Not too much happened in that scene, but I find it interesting her daughter passed, and I'm kind of curious, like, you got any other kids? Like, is there more? Where's the husband, the baby daddy? Like, where are they at? I want to know more about Flossie. I feel like there's going to be a lot with her character that's going to be pivotal to understanding stuff, or maybe she'll be the one to help Juke to get into something more. I don't know. Speaking of Juke, Detective pulls up on Jukebox and he agrees to the deal with her while also threatening her and says he will kill her if she crosses him. We'll see, Detective. We will see, because we know that Juke lives. So we will see, Detective. Now, the married couple that's working with Breeze and Kanan is super suspect about Unique being gone. They do not trust it. We will see what happens with that. Marvin goes to church to seek counsel and was cursing all up in the church. But the pastor was giving him good advice and said he might need to find God so that he could get to a space of peace. I truly believe that. It seemed like the only thing that helps some of these gangsters get out of the gangster life sometimes is God, whether it's in Islam, Judaism, Christianity. It seems like God is the thing that helps them, and I'm here for it. Happy Sunday. I am okay with it. So Taz, Breeze's mean side-eyeing worker, is doing a drop as he's supposed to, doing his job. And on his drop, the dudes say that, oh, we thought you was pushed to the side. Taz got so mad about that energy from his mean side eye came out. He done pushed one of them down, knocked them down. I said, oh, this nigga's a ticking time bomb. He just angry. And he probably don't even know what he angry for or what he has to be angry about, but he's angry. And I'm looking and I'm like, this is not going to be good. I'm wondering if the people that he made the drop with are going to get that information back to Breeze or Kanan in some way, because you don't want to be fighting niggas on the drop just because you sensitive about the fact that you were not chosen for a promotion. Like, if we really put it in layman's terms, like, why are you so sensitive, Taz? Why? Now, Juke and Marvin, they have a talk and kind of become the Jesus moment. They express care and love for each other, but Marvin did right. He tried to encourage Juke to do other stuff with her life and not live like him. But Juke lets Marvin know that she wants to work beside her dad, and he puts her into the club that Lou used to have. Tiana comes through to make one of the drops and deliveries, and Juke asks Tiana if she's able to go because she tells her like another person needs something. And Tiana's like, nah, I can't do that. Flossie got me going to another trick. So she leaves and Flossie goes to, I thought it was funny because she's supposed to be a hoe and she goes to room 304. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, I'm sorry for your life. 304, hoe, upside down. That's the best I can do for explaining. Anywho, she goes to room 304 and knocks on the door, and Kanan was the person who answered the door. I said, not Kanan on the slide found a way into Rock's business to know what's going on without her knowing what's going on. He got a stealthy agent in Tiana, it looks like. I could be wrong. I won't know more until next week because that's where the episode ended. But I said, my God, Kanan, what are we doing? Why are we doing it? And how long are we doing it for? I need to know where it's going. But we are only 3 episodes in, and I am thoroughly entertained. Let me know what you guys felt, how you thought the episode went. Let me know your predictions in the comments. You know, I enjoy seeing the comments and having conversations with you guys in there. Please check out my review for The Shy. I did put that out today as well. I also have a review out today for This Is Polly. Check out the review for that. Other than that, love and light to all of you beautiful people. I appreciate you for watching my channel. I am just a small YouTuber trying to grow. I am new to this. I will see y'all for the next review, and I hope everybody enjoys their week. Adios.